mystery lingers in the heart of Ohio. On a seemingly ordinary night, a young man vanished without a trace. His name was Brian Shaffer. He entered a bar in Columbus, but was never seen again. What happened to him? In the city known for its bustling nightlife, how does someone just disappear? A case filled with eerie coincidences and chilling details. This is the story of Brian Shaffer's vanishing. Brian Shaffer was a 27-year-old medical student at Ohio State University. Known for his charming smile and bright future, he was the apple of his family's eye. The year was 2006, a time when social media was just beginning its grip on society. Brian was living in an off-campus apartment with his roommate Randy. Life seemed normal, until it wasn't. On March 31st, 2006, Brian had dinner with his father, Randy Shaffer. They discussed Brian's upcoming trip to Miami with his girlfriend, Alexis. Little did Randy know, this would be the last time he'd ever see his son. Later that night, Brian joined friends at the Ugly Tuna Saloon, a popular bar in the area. It was meant to be a night of relaxation. Instead, it became a night of mystery. Security cameras captured Brian entering the bar around 1:15 a.m. He was seen talking to two young women near the escalator. Then, he vanished. The last camera footage shows Brian re-entering the bar, but he never exited. How is that possible? Did he slip out undetected, or did something more sinister occur? Investigators combed through hours of footage. Every possible exit was scrutinized. Yet there was no sign of Brian leaving the bar. Theories began to form. Could he have disguised himself, or found a hidden exit? As days turned to weeks, hope began to wane, but questions only grew. The city was blanketed with missing person flyers, each echoing Brian's familiar smile. Friends and family organized searches, scouring the streets of Columbus, their hearts heavy with fear and uncertainty. Brian's mother, Renee, made tearful public pleas, but no new leads emerged. The man who seemed to have everything just vanished. The investigation shifted focus. Detectives interviewed anyone who might have seen Brian that night. Friends, bar patrons, staff, all questioned. Yet no one saw anything unusual. It was as if Brian had slipped through the cracks of reality. Was it a case of foul play, or had Brian willingly disappeared? A number of theories emerged. One suggested Brian had left to start a new life, but why would he abandon a promising future? Another theory implicated foul play, but with no motive, no evidence. It remained just that, a theory. As time passed, those who loved Brian were left with nothing but questions. Among the chilling details was a call to Brian's phone. For months after his disappearance, his phone rang before going straight to voicemail, tormenting his loved ones with false hope. Eventually, the calls stopped. Was it merely a network glitch, or something more ominous? The Columbus police did not consider Brian's disappearance as a crime scene initially. There was no evidence of struggle, no signs of foul play. As the case grew colder, new eyes were called in. Private investigators scoured through the evidence, trying to piece together the impossible. But the puzzle remained incomplete. A surprising twist came in 2008, when Brian's mother, Renee, tragically passed away. At her memorial, a mysterious message was left on her online guest book. It read simply, "To Dad, love Brian, U.S. Virgin Islands." Was this a cruel joke, or a genuine clue? The message was investigated, but it proved to be a dead end. Friends recall Brian as adventurous, someone who'd often talked about starting anew on a beach somewhere. But would he really leave without a trace? Alexis, his girlfriend, couldn't believe it. They were in love, planning a future together. Her heart ached from the void left behind. Some speculate Brian's disappearance is linked to his mother's death, that perhaps grief drove him to seek solitude to escape reality. But could such a drastic decision be made on a whim, or was it calculated, a plan he'd harbored for years? Despite exhaustive searches and media attention, no conclusive evidence ever surfaced. The case of Brian Shaffer remains one of Ohio's most perplexing mysteries. His father, Randy, continued searching for answers until his own passing in 2008. Their family now reunited in tragedy, yet their story remains untold. What really happened to Brian Shaffer? a question that lingers, echoing through the halls of the ugly Tuna Saloona. Was he a victim of circumstance, or did he orchestrate his own disappearance? As theories abound, the truth lies somewhere in the shadows. For those left behind, hope persists. Each year they gather, refreshing their plea for information. They cling to the belief that one day the truth will come to light. But until then, the story of Brian Shaffer remains an unsolved enigma, a chilling testament to the mysteries that walk among us. As the years pass, memories fade, but not for those who knew Brian. They hold on to the hope that someone, somewhere, knows something. Could it be you? A single tip could unravel the mystery. Until then, the case remains open, waiting for that spark to reignite the search. The vanishing of Brian Shaffer raises more questions than answers.